Lord of the Flies is about savagery. A group of schoolboys ends up on a desert island without adults after their plane crashes. They try to govern themselves and to maintain order and civility, but they ultimately fail, descending into violence and brutality. At the beginning of the book, Ralph and Piggy meet on a desert island in the Pacific. They were on a plane with a group of boys who were being evacuated from England because of a war, but the plane was attacked and crashed on the island. While they were in the air, they heard that an atomic bomb exploded in England, so we know that a nuclear war is taking place. They find a conch shell, and Ralph blows into it like a trumpet. The sound calls all the other boys who were on the plane out of the jungle. No adults have survived the crash, just boys between the ages of 6 and 12. Ralph is the oldest and biggest boy on the island, and he's 12. Eventually, a whole choir comes out of the jungle, led by a boy named Jack. The boys decide to vote for a chief, and they all pick Ralph. He's beautiful and seems like a natural leader, especially since he called them with the conch. Jack is not happy about being voted down, though. In fact, he's humiliated. Ralph likes him and wants to be friends, so he says Jack's in charge of the choir, and the choir will be hunters. Ralph takes Simon and Jack up to the top of the mountain, and they find out that they're on an island. They also find out that there are pigs on the island that they can hunt, though the first one they see gets away. Ralph calls another assembly with the conch. He tells everyone that they're on an island, and they're alone. No one knows where they are, but it's a good island, with food and water, and pigs that they can hunt. He makes a rule that when they have meetings, the person holding the conch gets to speak, and the conch becomes an important symbol in the book, representing civilization and order. Unfortunately, the positive picture Ralph tries to paint gets somewhat spoiled when one of the youngest boys is given the conch. He asks what Ralph is going to do about the snake thing or beastie that the boy thinks is on the island. Ralph says there is no beastie, but Jack says they'll hunt for it when they go hunting. This moment is really the root of all the problems in the book, because this fear of a beast doesn't go away. The boys can either deal with it Ralph's way, which is to conquer the fear through reason, saying there isn't a beast, or Jack's way, which is to say we're part of a tribe, we're hunters. Together we're strong enough to hunt and kill the beast. Ralph says that they need to light a small fire on the mountain to make smoke, so if a ship passes, they'll be rescued. Before he can organize anything, the boys rush off to the top of the mountain and make a huge bonfire. They use Piggy's spectacles to light it. The fire gets out of control and burns a big patch of jungle, including what they would have used as firewood. Piggy accuses the boys of acting like kids, rebuking them for being out of control. He points out that the boy with the mulberry birthmark was playing down where the jungle fire started, and now he's disappeared. No one ever sees him again. Jack spends his time hunting for pigs, and even after the other hunters get tired and drift off to swim and play, he keeps hunting, though he doesn't catch anything. Ralph organizes the other boys into building shelters, but everyone except Simon drifts off to play and swim too, leaving Ralph to struggle with the last shelter. Jack and Ralph get into an argument because both of them are trying to do something important. Both are frustrated and not getting enough help, and neither can make the other understand. They agree that the shelters are important because the younger kids are all afraid of the beast, and the shelters are like a home that will make them less scared. A boy named Roger follows a little one named Henry off down the beach and starts throwing rocks at him. He's making sure not to hit Henry, but it's clear that the idea of hurting or even killing Henry is exciting to Roger. So now we see another problem on the island. At least one of the boys is a sociopath by nature, and since there are no adults to enforce rules, it's only a matter of time or circumstances before Roger realizes he can kill.
Right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, by Shamra Kakodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles of great minister not rule well. Salutations to the men of the Hope Land Sensei elect. There's Makazar from Trend.com. Just want to do a quick edification for the elect's sake. Now, the name of this actually originally was a book, and then they made a movie off of it, Lord of the Flies. And as the guy said in narrator in the beginning, he said it's about children ending up on an island. They were civilized, and due to circumstances, they started to turn to savagery, killing one another. All right. And the reason why I want to do this video is because that is exactly what's going to happen to people when the economy collapses, when there's no food. All right. When during great insurrection, the heart of people are going to change. All right. People are going to change, and you're going to reach to the point you're going to not recognize somebody that you know very well. that person gonna be different to you. That person gonna like a whole different mentality. All right. The scripture said, my servant shall eat and you shall be hungry. You shall be hungry. And it also said in Luke 6, it says, when others shall weep and mourn, you shall have joy. All right. So the elect gonna be sheltered by the Most High. So I ain't talking about the elect. I'm talking about 2/3 of Israel. 2/3 of Israel. And guess what? Even the elect state of mind gonna change in that day. All right. Because when they see all these things happening around them, they're gonna change. But concerning 2/3 who gonna feel the full brunt of that day, guess what? They're gonna be turned into animals. They're gonna be killing one another. They're gonna reach the point where they're gonna be eating one another because of the lack of food. And that's in the scriptures. Guess what? That isn't one of the curses. The scriptures tell you eat their own flesh. All right, and it's something that they did back then during the siege. All right, in Babylon. All right, and in Mount Masada. All right, 70 AD. Guess what? Israel done these things before, and it's gonna happen again. All right. So I'm gonna.
Figures out a way to paint his face because he thinks the pigs are the little ones. Suggests that the beast no fire. See, Jack and Roger put the head on a stake that they stick in the ground. Jack and his tribe raid Ralph's group to take fire. They invite the boys there to come to a feast, and all the other boys except Simon have already come there, and most have joined Jack's tribe. Jack lets Ralph and Piggy eat. Jack makes all the boys do their pig hunting dance, while they chant, "Kill the beast, cut his throat, spill his blood." In the middle of this, Simon comes out of the forest to tell them about the man in the parachute, and the boys all kill him, even Ralph. The next day, Ralph and Piggy and Sam and Eric all try to pretend that they weren't part of what happened to Simon. That night...
All right, so it's showing you that, guess what, they turned into savages. These young boys, I think the youngest was 6 and the oldest was about 12. So these were young children. All right. And if young children could turn to be so violent, think about the adults. All right. Think about the adults. All right. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15 verse 4. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth near, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes." And guess what? They had a leader. Jack was their leader. All right? And guess what? They didn't regard one another after. They did according to their own, wherever they pleased. All right? And guess what? In this modern time, the people ain't gonna regard it. The prime ministers, the presidents, the police. Guess what? When people get hungry, the natural survival instinct gonna kick in, and they're gonna do whatever it takes to eat food or to drink water to live. All right. It says they shall not regard their kings or princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their own power. All right. And people are gonna get very violent in that day. All right. Just like they show you in end of time movies like Walking Dead, or or The Road, or wherever the case. It shows you that people reach the point where they start, even in the book of Eli, they start eating one another. That is the point where they're gonna reach to. They're gonna start to eat one another. All right. Verse 19, it says, "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor." And as I said, you might see somebody that you knew well. This person that you hang out, and during that day, this person looking at you like you piece of food, or they might even break into your house and try to kill you. And it would seem like this person never knew you. This person will look at you like you're a total stranger in their eyes. Because why? Because that instinct to survive is overwhelming. And all they could think about is surviving. All right. It says, "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation." So guess what? The heart of people are going to change in this day, Akim. All right. That is why the scripture said, "He that dasheth," let me bring it out real quick. This is Nahum chapter 2 verse 1. It says, he that dasheth in pieces is come up before thy face. Keep the munition, watch the way, make thy loins strong, fortify thy power mightily. Alright, so you have to strengthen your mind. We have to strengthen our minds. That is why the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai warning us of what is to come, so that we could be prepared. Alright, so that we could be prepared. Because 2/3 of Israel, they don't want to take heed to the warning. So when that day come, they're going to be totally unprepared mentally. They're going to be unprepared mentally. And when they don't have food in the stores and they can't eat, guess what? They're going to be turned into savages. 2/3 going to turn into savages. Alright? Says Daniel. This is the book of Daniel chapter 4 verse 15. It says, nevertheless leave the stump of his root in the earth, even with a band of iron and brass in the tender grass of the field, and let it be wet with the dew of heaven, and let his portion be with the beasts in the grass of the earth. Let his heart be changed from a man's heart, and let the beast's heart be given unto him. Now the word heart go back to mind, so let a beast's mind take over him, and let 7 times pass over him. Alright, and jumping, notice was talking about Nebuchadnezzar. Alright, but guess what? That heart, that mind of a beast gonna come upon 2/3 of Israel in that day, and even the heathens. Verse 30 says, the king spake and said, is not this great Babylon that I have built for the house of the kingdom by the might of my power and for the honor of my majesty? While the word was in the king's mouth, there fell a voice from heaven, saying, O King Nebuchadnezzar, today it is spoken, the kingdom is departed from thee, and they shall drive thee from men, and thy dwelling shall be with the beasts of the field, and they shall make thee to eat the grass as oxen. 7 times shall pass over thee, until thou know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will. The same hour was the thing fulfilled upon Nebuchadnezzar, and he was driven from men, and did eat grass as an oxen, and his body was wet with the dew of heaven, till his hair was grown like eagle's feather, and his nails like a bird's claw. Alright, so guess what? So Nebuchadnezzar, a beast's heart was given unto him, so much that he didn't even recognize his own self. He didn't know what he was doing. And guess what? 2/3 of Israel, they're gonna reach to that point where they wouldn't even know themselves. Alright? They be totally oblivious to what's going. Some people will go mad. Alright? Some people will go mad. And this is severity at the times that we enter into. The heart of the people, just like Nebuchadnezzar, are gonna change and be turned into a beast heart. They're gonna be turned into savages. They're gonna be killing just to survive. Whether they kill you to eat you or kill you to take what you have, people gonna reach to that state. Hey, people that you once called civilized, upstanding, civil citizens gonna be turned into beasts in that day. Thus said the Lord. Alright? And all this because they sinned against the Most High and refused to turn to him. That the wrath of the Lord was turned against them. Alright? This is Matthew 24 verse 12. It says, and because of iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Alright? The scripture said the love of many gonna wax cold. So people are gonna start to hate one another. Alright? Just to survive. They're gonna kill one another. The scripture said, brother shall betray brother unto death. Alright? Great insurrection, great trouble is coming. Alright? And great evil is about to come upon the world. And as I said, the heart of people is going to change on that day. All this laughing and the spirit of giving that going on right now, guess what? It's going to change. Alright? It's going to change in that day. And we are approaching that day. The time close. This is 2 Ezra chapter 5 verse 8. It says, there shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be offset out again. And the wild beasts will change their places, and menstruous women shall bring forth monsters. and the salt water shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another, then shall wit hide itself. Wit means understanding, and understanding withdraw itself into a secret chamber, just like Nebuchadnezzar. Understanding left him. All right? Understanding left him. People are going to be turned mad. They're going to be turned mad till they be just, in a corner, and they just be talking to themselves, or so mad in the point that they literally turn into beasts. When they see a human being, they actually see a piece of meat. All right? It says, and shall be sought of many, and yet shall not be found. Then shall unrighteousness and incontinency be multiplied upon the earth. And when you look at the word incontinency, it actually means not able to control yourself. So you wouldn't be able to control yourself because people are going to be turned to that beast-like state. All right? They're going to be turned to that beast-like state. They're going to have that beast-like mentality. All right? And for all those who've seen Walking Dead before, I just want to bring out this clip, because guess what? This is evident to what I'm speaking about. All right? People gonna lose their self. Now guess what? The Edomite, there's Rick, and this guy here is Morgan. Now both of them were friends. Morgan saved Rick a time before, but now due to the circumstance, Morgan lost his mind. All right? Now look at what's gonna happen here now. Rick gonna have to reach to the point where he gonna have to remind them of who he is. Now just take a look.
Do you see who I am? People wearing dead people's faces. Morgan, listen. No, I don't know you. You do know me. Don't. No. You saved my life, Morgan. You know me. Look at me. You don't clear, man. You turn. You just die. You know me. I don't know anyone anymore. You don't clear. You know me. You crazy son of a bitch. Please kill me.
Right? He say call him crazy.
Just kill me.
To kill him.
Just kill me.
All right, try to kill him.
Just kill me. Just
him. And there's guess what? Circumstances gonna take.
You found me last year in my front yard, Morgan. You found me. You fed me. You told me what's happening. You saved me. My name is Rick Grimes. You know me. I'm not wearing a dead man's face. I gave you this. I said I'd turn it on every day at dawn so you could find me. Rick? I know you. Oh, man, damn it. I know you. I know who you are. You said you'd turn yours on at dawn. That's what you said. I mean, I hadn't worked up to it yet, and then I did. On the roof every morning for days.
So that's my point, all right? He had to be talking to him over and over and trying to remind him of who he is. All right? These were two friends. Two friends. It reached to the point that one couldn't recognize the other because of the hardship that been going on and all the evil that been plaguing the world. So think about what's gonna happen in real life. All right? People are gonna be looking like strangers to one another to whom they knew well. The hearts of people are going to change in the evils to come. The day of trouble is upon us, and the heart of people are going to be changed. They're going to be changed into that beast mind, just like Nebuchadnezzar. All right? People are going to change. They're going to change. All right? And as I said, a lot of people are going to be turned and be eating one another. As the final precept here, this is 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 57. It says, Thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword. Thy city shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field. Now, guess what? When you read in these scriptures, you gotta just like, you know, when as I pull up the video, you have to visualize, because these just reading, but then you have to visualize. When you visualize it, then you understand fully, the severity of what's gonna happen. The day of trouble, the scripture said the day of the Lord is darkness and not light. 58, it says, They that be in the mountain shall die of hunger, and eat their own flesh, and drink their own blood, for very hunger of bread and thirst of water. All right? So they might eat their own selves. They might wash their hands and eat their hands, but guess what? Before they do that, they're going to turn against one another and eat each other, eat their own children, who they claim they love. Even the black woman, you know, the child who she claims she loves so much that she's trying to keep from the father, guess what? She's going to eat that very child. And that is the level that people are going to reach to because of the hardship that's going to come. So we have to hope and pray that Yahweh Hashem will share with us so that we could be delivered from that trouble. Because the Lord said his elect shall have joy in that day. All right? So with that, I want to give our praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Kodash. I want to give double honor to the apostles of great men so not rule well. Salutations to the men of the Hope Land Saints Select. And I hope it was edifying. This is Makazar saying Shalom.